Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Auluddin and my registration number is A1M2 18077. Okay, on this occasion, I'm going to present my journal. The title is An Analysis of Code Mixing Used in Instagram by the Students of English Language Education. This journal written by Masita Amelia KS, Iwe Swarnajaya, and Kasintia Dewi. Okay, next slide. Okay, let me see this abstract. Okay, this study aimed to analyze the types of code mixing, especially found in the social media, especially in Instagram, as well as to find out the reasons underlying the use of code mixing by the students of English language education in daily conversation. Okay, next slide. Okay, in the introduction, there are background of the study, research question, objective of the study, and then significance of the study, and the last is scope of the study. Okay, next slide. Okay, this is background of the study. As language is seen as a tool to accomplish their goals, people nowadays mostly use English as international language that has been taught around the world and has a special power in communication. Okay, in short, English is seen as a language that has complex relation with this globalization era, which has their own control with the people who is it. Relate with that, here the researcher focus on Indonesia English mixed language that is used by the people on their daily conversation. This is the research question. What types of code mixing in Instagram is produced by students of English language education? And then what reasons do the students have to produce code mixing in Instagram? Okay, next slide. The objective of the study. The objective of the study is to find out the types of code mixing in Instagram is produced students of English language education, and then to find out the reasons why the students have to produce code mixing in Instagram. Okay, next slide. The significance of the study. Okay, the significance of the study from the journal is this study is expected to be useful and can provide good evidence for sociolinguistics that concern about the language change. Okay, next slide is the scope of the study. So the scope of the study is to analyze the types of code mixing, especially found in the social media, especially Instagram, and then to find out the reasons underlying the use of code mixing by the students of English language education in daily conversation. Okay, next slide. Okay, we move in the literature review. Okay. According to Wardorf, 2002, the phenomena of mixing one language with another language is called as code mixing. So, code mixing is a process of mixing two languages or more which occur without changing the topic. Okay, let's move in methodology. Okay, research design. The design of this research is qualitative research. In this study, the researcher was concerned with analyzing the types of code mixing and finding out the reason underlying the use of code mixing in Instagram by the students. Okay, next slide. Data and source. The subjects of the study were the 8th semester students of English language education who use Instagram. Meanwhile, the objects of this research were their caption, comments, and Instagram stories. Okay, next slide. Technique of data collection. In this research, the researcher used two methods in order to collect all the data. There are observation and interview. Okay, and the last is data analysis. In doing data analysis of the study, the researcher used data analysis procedure which is proposed by Miles and Huberman 2009 including data collection, data reduction, data display, and conclusion drawing. Okay, let's move in findings and discussion. Okay, next slide. To answer first research question about the types of code mixing, the researcher used Host Theory 2007 to analyze the data about code mixing. The researcher found there were 156 Indonesian English code mixing in the students' Instagram account. Okay, so the most frequently used code mixing by the students was lexical word, about 34.6%, and then single full sentences, about 26.9%, and praise about 18.6%. Also, there were some less frequently used code mixing, namely letter of the alphabet 6.4%, proper noun 5.8%, short form 5.1%, and incomplete sentences 2.6%. Okay, next slide. Next, the data about the reasons underlying the use of code mixing was analyzed by using Hoffman's theory. 1991, the world found 48 reasons underlying the use of Indonesian English code mixing, picked by the selected subjects of the 8th semester students of English language education based on theory of Hoffman's 1991. Move on the conclusion. Okay, next slide. Okay, based on the research findings, all of the classification of code mixing introduced by Ho were found, such as letters of the alphabet, short forms, proper nouns, lexical words, phrase, incomplete sentence, and single full sentences. Okay, next slide. The interview result was analyzed by using Hoffman's theory 1991 about the reasons underlying the use of code mixing, such as talking about particular topic, quoting somebody else, by being emphatic about something, using interjection, using repetition for clarification, intending to clarify the speech content for interlocutor, and expressing group identity. Okay, next slide. Okay, I think enough for me, and thank you.